And with the UP done and dusted, the focus now shifts to the home state of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. The state goes to the polls at the end of the year, and the Prime Minister is in Gujarat, where he will address the Gujarat Panchayat Mahasammelan, which will witness a participation of more than 1 lakh representatives from 3 ties of the Panchayati Raj institutions in the western states. So there you can see a big welcome for the Prime Minister, and this is his first visit to Gujarat in a long time since COVID. And on Saturday, the Prime Minister will also inaugurate the Rashtriya Raksha University. And as a chief guest, he'll also deliver the first convocation address of the RRU. Well, let's go across to Saurabh now for more. And Saurabh, so a day after the BJP retained 4 out of 5 seats and an incredible victory, a massive victory in Uttar Pradesh, the Prime Minister is already now in Gujarat, and, with a big welcome. As we've seen every time he visits the state, you have people lining up on the roadside, and he's in this vehicle decked out with flowers.
Absolutely, the Prime Minister's visit to his home state of Gujarat assumes significance more so because of the emphatic win in Uttar Pradesh, which was delivered just yesterday. And, knowing the BJP, its election machinery does not pause or does not stop, which is why you will see the Prime Minister in Gujarat today. He's going to also address the Panchayat Mahasammelan, which means, the people, members of the Panchayati Raj body will also be there, and that of course is the the plan of action for the Prime Minister. His itinerary is of course also inaugurating the RRU, the Rashtriya Raksha University. All of this of course is happening in Gujarat, and the Prime Minister of course will be there. Now Gujarat, why is it important? Well, it's another state where the BJP has had hegemonic power. It's of course a stronghold. And then you've had the Aam Aadmi Party on the other side. The Aam Aadmi Party also is of course a party that has, snatched Punjab from the Congress. And here of course in Gujarat, the Aam Aadmi Party did do spectacularly well in the Surat, municipal body elections. But there of course now you have in early February, 5 of those councillors moving to the BJP. So there was some setback for the Aam Aadmi Party. But again, in a state which sees a binary contest between the BJP and the Congress, will the Aam Aadmi Party come in and emerge again as the principal opposition party there as well? That is of course something that will be in discussions. But again, like we said, the Aam Aadmi Party has its own share of problems already in Gujarat. Defections, from a very early moment. Now, how it tackles that is something that of course we will know. But Gujarat again will be a very important state that will go to elections next, and that's why it will be important to see how this pans out, how the next year or so goes. And Gujarat, remember, the BJP was not looking comfortable. So just a few months ago, they initiated that huge, massive change where the entire cabinet was sacked along with the chief minister and replaced with a new one.
All right, and that and they're hoping that works, given that it's something that seemed to have worked in Uttarakhand as well. Thanks so much, Saurabh, for joining us there with the latest of the Prime Minister on a visit to his home state. It's a 2-day visit, and it's a packed visit. Lots of programs have been planned, but for the moment, the Prime Minister in what seems like a victory round in a sense, coming the day after the results of the state elections.
कहीं से लाए हुए नहीं, ये प्रधानमंत्री ने कमाया है, यानी कि किस तरह से लोगों का जो विश्वास है वो उन पर है, और इस विश्वास बहाली का जो वानगी है वो हम देख पा रहे हैं। इस भीड़ जो ये करीबन 4 लाख से ज्यादा लोग जुटेंगे इस रोड शो के लिए, कहीं ना कहीं ये
So there you can see the Prime Minister's road show in Gujarat the day after the election results of 5 states in which the BJP retained 4 states. Gujarat goes to polls at the end of the year, so no resting on laurels, no resting after those results. In fact, this was something that was already announced that the Prime Minister would on the 11th of March be visiting Gujarat. This was announced even before the election results from 5 states emerged. And as we have seen in the past as well, a huge welcome for the Prime Minister. You have people lining up the streets, billboards up on the streets, flowers as well, and the Prime Minister in this vehicle decked out with flowers they're returning victorious to his home state after the results of the state elections, in which the BJP got a resounding victory in Uttar Pradesh as well as retained Goa, Uttarakhand and Manipur.
सामने आती है, चाहे वो वाराणसी उनका संसदीय क्षेत्र हो या फिर गुजरात हो, उनकी जन्मभूमि, तो जिस तरह से हम देखते हैं कि
the Prime Minister has a packed program over these next 2 days. He will inaugurate the Rashtriya. Today, in fact, he will address the Gujarat Panchayat Mahasammelan, which will witness the participation of more than 1 lakh representatives from the 3 ties of the Panchayati Raj institutions with the western state. Also then, on Saturday, he has a packed day. The Prime Minister will be inaugurating the Rashtriya Raksha University. And as the chief guest, he'll deliver the first convocation address of the RRU as well. And on Saturday, he'll also open the 11th Khel Mahakumbh, for which 45 lakh sports persons have registered. Akhilesh joins us on the phone line for more. So Akhilesh, just a day after the BJP's incredible performance in the state elections, retaining 4 out of 5 states and a resounding victory in Uttar Pradesh, no resting for the Prime Minister. He's already here in Gujarat in what looks like some kind of a victory parade, and once again you have people lining up the streets. He's waving out to people and his car is decked with flowers.
That's right. It's like a victory parade, or you can call it a road show for Gujarat, because we know that the Gujarat Assembly elections are due by the end of this year. And of course, after BJP has scored 4 out of 4 yesterday, the Prime Minister is visiting his home state this morning, and the BJP has made elaborate arrangements for this road show. As you can see that the BJP workers and the common men, they are lined up from the airport till the BJP office in Gandhinagar, which is Shri Kamalam. And this road show will take around 45 minutes to 1 hour time. And Prime Minister will be greeting people who are there to welcome him and to congratulate him for this resounding victory of the BJP yesterday. And after that, he will hold a meeting from 11:30 to 1:30 at the BJP office with the senior party officials and also the Chief Minister and the party president, Mr. C.R. Patil. And after that, he will be going to the Raj Bhavan. And after spending some time at Raj Bhavan, he will be going to the GMDC ground in Ahmedabad at 4 o'clock, where the Gujarat Panchayat Mahasammelan has been organized. Around 1 lakh different representatives of Panchayat, various talukas and Zilla Panchayat, they are expected to be part of this grand ceremony, which is likely to be held at 4 o'clock at the GMDC ground. And next day is also he is spending there, as you mentioned in the program, that he will be taking part in the Khel Mahakumbh, which is basically a grand sports event at the Sardar Patel Stadium in Ahmedabad, and various sportsmen across the state, they will be participating in various activities in this Khel Mahakumbh.
All right. And, really just a day. And this was actually something, as we mentioned, was announced even before the election results, that the Prime Minister would be visiting Gujarat on the 11th of March. And, so no real resting for the BJP. They're always in that election mode now, road show. And, the Prime Minister is going to have various addresses as well to, the RRU as well as this Panchayat leaders who will be addressing.
See, Gargi, immediately as soon as the voting for the 7th President UP was over, next day we saw that Home Minister Amit Shah visiting Tripura. Tripura is another state which is ruled by the BJP, and elections are going to be held in Tripura next year. And that's why Home Minister was there. He announced 33% reservation for women in various government jobs in Tripura. So BJP is leaving no stone unturned as far as election campaigning or election programming is concerned. And now Prime Minister today is in Gujarat. Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh are 2 states where the BJP is in power, and both the states will go to election by the end of this year. And we also know, Gargi, which is very important development happening at the same point of time in Gandhinagar, where the RSS's top decision-making body, the Rashtriya Pratinithi Sabha, is also meeting for 3 days in Gandhinagar. The meeting has started. All the top RSS leaders will be there, and the various leaders of the different RSS organizations are also expected to take part in this meeting. BJP President JP Nadda, BJP General Secretary Organization BL Santosh. These leaders are supposed to be part of the deliberations, where the RSS is going to chalk out a strategy to celebrate 100 years of its foundation, and also how to widen the physical presence of various RSS shakas. The current strength is 50,000. They want to double it up to 1 lakh in the next coming years. So all these activities are going on. Gujarat is, of course, now the center of focus. And as we know that Aam Aadmi Party is also trying to, expand its footprints. And Gujarat is also one of the priority states for Aam Aadmi Party. So BJP, of course, faces tough challenges in Gujarat. We know that how the BJP had changed the entire cabinet, including the chief minister, a few months ago. So BJP is, of course, leaving no stone unturned as far as Gujarat is concerned, because it's a prestige battle for the BJP.
All right, Akhilesh, thanks so much for joining us with those details. So the Prime Minister there in Gujarat on a 2-day visit. He has a packed program ahead, as we mentioned earlier. And really, as you can see, it's all decked out, the entire route that the Prime Minister is taking. It's a roadshow and in a sense also something of a victory parade after the BJP's results yesterday, where it retained all 4 states where it was ruling, and a great victory in Uttar Pradesh as well. So the BJP's and the Prime Minister's focus now on Gujarat, that goes to elections in the year end.